Good evening, everybody. My name is The Colonist, and welcome to the Massacre Fallout edition of the Storyline Update videos. My name, as I said, is The Colonist. Got a lot to talk about today, so let's get it started right off the bat with Shades of Black. Now, I mentioned before during the pay-per-view that Shades of Black was going to be fined for their actions and that their little petty NWO games would not be tolerated. And I'm here to officially announce that each member, Neo, Riddick, and Agent 47, have all been fined $150 grand apiece for their actions at Massacre. And I've upped the ante. If there are any more backstage assaults by any one of them, that person responsible will be deleted, fired, done from CIW. I've told you I'm not fooling around. I'm not kidding. So you heard it here first. So Shades of Black, better watch yourself. Next up, I want to give you some updates about our injured wrestlers. Ken Masters, his concussion, as I said, was not as severe as Sagat's. So he'll be back in 2 weeks, the doctors tell me, so he'll be okay. Sagat's is a little more extreme, so it's going to take about a month for him to recover. About 27, 28 days is what they said, about 4 weeks. So hopefully he'll be back in time for the pay-per-view, which I'll get to in a little bit. And as far as Frozone and the exploding pinball table, they have no timetable for me as to when he's going to return and when he's going to be able to compete. He may never be able to compete again. I hope that's not the case. So we're just going to keep Frozone in our thoughts and wish all of them the speediest of recoveries. Then I got a phone call from Jimmy Korderas, who in the last video said that the NWO, the actual NWO, was coming in full force, and that we needed to watch our back, and everybody kind of didn't really pay any attention to him. Well, he says that he was pretty pissed off that everyone ignored his warning, so he has challenged one person who publicly scoffed at him in Chrono. So it's going to be Jimmy Korderas versus Chrono this week, which Joshua Campbell you've seen many, many times. But that match is going to happen. That's going to happen this week. In other news, in other XYZ news, the current XYZ champion, who was crowned last night, Smoke, is going to told me that he is a fighting champion, and he's not going to let what happened with Noob Saibot bring him down, and he is going to defend his championship this week. Who he decides who it's going to be, I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be. We may have some sort of XYZ Battle Royal or something to determine that, but Smoke says he will defend his championship this week, so we will see that match. As far as the world title is concerned, I have not made a decision as to what we're going to do just yet. I've been going through back and forth, talking to lawyers, saying about what happened with the world title match. We're still working it through. However, to update you on Ermac, we have not heard back from him. We've sent him texts, we've sent him calls, we've sent him emails, we've AOL IM'd him, which is a pretty old school type of thing, but, you know, some people still do it. Nothing. We don't know where he is. We don't know where he's been. He has no explanation for his disappearance at the end of Massacre last night. So hopefully we're going to be able to get some sort of answer from him in the upcoming few days. And when that happens, we will let you know. Obviously, I will let you know. So that, as far as the other half of the World Championship match, Satan, after the 3-on-1 assault by Shades of Black, he's fine. He's actually not as injured as people expected him to be. I mean, he's Satan. So he's going to be back next week. He said he's fine. He's ready to look. He's looking for some revenge. Maybe not against Shades of Black, but he's looking to kick somebody's ass. So we'll see what happens there. Next, I want to give, and that's pretty much it for storylines. I just want to give you a few technical updates. The Gut Check roster. We have our developmental. We're in progress. Our developmental roster, which is called CIW Gut Check. Because, you know, we're Colonial Impact Wrestling, so they had the whole Gut Check thing. Anyway. So, Gut Check roster is being created as we speak. Well, not as we speak, because I have to go and actually create it. But after this video, I'm going to continue creating it, so you get the gist. Gut Check roster is being created, and speaking of, I mentioned this in a couple videos, the Eliminator matches, which is when whoever is at the bottom of the totem pole as far as points go, the bottom 2 or 3, depending on if there's a tie or not, compete. And the loser goes down to the Gut Check roster, and one of our Gut Check members will be brought up to the main roster. So we'll see what happens. That Eliminator match is going to occur on June 13th, Friday the 13th. So that is a date that everyone in CIW should keep in mind, that is an eliminator match. So if you are in the bottom of the totem pole, now's the time to step up your game, as we saw Mr. Clean do last night, which I'm still raving about because that was amazing. And finally, we have the date for our next pay-per-view, Doomsday. June 28th, CIW presents Doomsday live, only on pay-per-view, Saturday the 28th. Get excited. I promise you it's going to be just as good, if not better than Massacre. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. My name is The Colonist, and we will see you next time.